All right, here is the train cars in consist for train 5C. So yesterday, this is Thursday night. Last night I showed you how to get the train ready. And here's what the conductor has to do. He has to check the yellow cards. These are the cars that are test cars in consist. So we checked those yesterday. And then we also checked the order of the cars. And everything is in place going from eastbound. So this is from the larger numbers to the smaller numbers up here. So the train order is from 1 to 25. So 25 cars. And there they are. Oak Park Marion Street is where we'll start, and the train goes all the way over to here, and the caboose is right there. So let's run this train. Let's see what we have here. This is how I track it. So last night was Wednesday, and I ran it for 45 minutes. And so today is Thursday, 11/9. I'll use UT6 as my throttle, same power code. We'll do 5 laps. This wasn't 5 laps, it's just prep. And we're going eastbound on track 2. So then we'll have a new time tonight. So let's see how we do, okay? So I just started the timer, so it's at 0.00. So I'm going to put the clock time there, leaving at 0, 0. And then I'll show you how we record these laps each time. And the lap counter location is Oak Park Marion Street, which I just showed you. Now, for some reason, it took me about 10 minutes to figure out why, when I turned it back on, those trains, those 2 locomotives weren't MU'd together anymore. So we got to adjust our time. For start departure time is now at 12. So I'm going to change this to 12. Departing at 12. And then we'll see what the lap times look like. Here we go. On our way, and let's see what kind of speed we'll get. I think we'll go at 17 miles per hour. $20 miles an hour. Let's stick with 20 miles an hour, and we'll mark that. And we've got a green signal here, so we'll watch that turn to red once it goes through. I saw the headlights weren't on, so I put those on. Whoa, how come it's not changing? There it goes. Maybe it's too dark. It didn't see until that yellow car came. It was kind of a light car, and it tripped when it saw that car. All right, I'm not gonna show you the whole 5 laps, but I'll interject how it's going. So far, so good. There's the whole train. Whoop! My tag that said test car in consist fell off. It's that last car next to the caboose. I'll have to remember that. Here's the train coming down the main line through Proviso Yard. Eastbound train. $20 miles an hour. And I'll show you once it goes by, I'll show you on the conductor's paperwork and about how long this takes for this lap at 20 miles an hour. And then I'll make it go a little quicker and see if that makes a difference. So over here, the throttle speed is 20. And then I'll put down the time, and then the difference between these two will be the lap time. Well, but I'll show you that once we hit that. So we're approaching our first lap count at Oak Park Marion Street. So once that engine gets there, we'll check the clock. The clock is 17, so let's write that down. Right here, 17. So that was 5 minutes. The lap took 5 minutes. So let's do that again and see if we, at 20 miles per hour, see if we get another 5 minutes per lap. Okay, approaching lap count right there. Time is 28, so let's log it. Okay, 28. So that's back to 05. I had 06 here because I had a little derailment. The engine fell off the track over here. Let me show you. I don't know why. It's done the third lap now and it was fine, but it derailed just right here. I don't know. I get a lot of problems going eastbound on this track right here. And I just don't know what the problem is. Okay, this is the final lap, the 5th lap. I will mark it when it hits up there. And then what I'll have to do is once it makes the 6th lap, it will go eastbound all the way here, do a crossover right here to the westbound lane, and I'll make that signal green. And then it will go into the yard, into the westbound yard here. So next time this train comes, it'll be going into the westbound yard, into tracks 4 and 5. So I'll first enter into 4, right here, and then I'll enter into 5. I'll back the rest of the train into 5. Okay, there it is. 38. This is the last lap. So 38. So that's another 5 minutes at 20 miles per hour. So that mission is accomplished, and now I bring it into the westbound yard. You'll see that in a minute. Crossover. Now I can't get that signal to change, which is really stinks. But it's doing a crossover to go into the westbound yard, Proviso yard. Let's go see what that looks like. Okay, let's slow it down to yard speed. It's going to come in now. I've got the switches lined up for track 4. Always come and go to the longest track first. Okay, so I brought in the train, the caboose. I haven't cleared the caboose off that because I'm going to come back and pick it up. So I broke the train here, and then I'll bring this train back into track 5 right here. So let's go ahead and do that while I got you. So switch directions. Oops, conductor. There you go, nice job. And we will bring this all the way to the end of the track. And because it's shorter, we can put a few over cars that need the extra space on the other side. So let's park it right there. Excellent. Okay, so we'll take this off. And this engine is light power now. We'll go back over to the Chicago Northwestern engine facilities, and that we'll call it a night. I'll let you know when that's done. So here comes the light power to pick up the caboose, and I did have to clear that caboose. I made a mistake to leave it out blocking the yard throat. But we'll pick up that caboose and head back to the engine terminal. So I'm going to go back to the main line, the other side of the yard, and go back to the engine terminal that way. So let's align this to the main. Right now it's into the yard. It's railroad safety. Always back to the main. All right, I'll pick it up later. All right, so it's coming, it's got to do a crossover right here, which I switched from the central control, I had the dispatcher change that. So it's crossing over to the other main, so it can come back into the Chicago Northwestern side. All right. Switch directions. Let's go switch the switch. I'll show you where that's at. Sorry about the speed. All right, so these crossover are switched to divergent. So here is the switch. You can hear them. Now there's straight. So let's switch this to the main. We're done there. Switch this to the yard lead. And let's bring it back home. Here we come. Whoa. I don't know if it's light power when there's a caboose attached. It's kind of like light power, semi-light power, I guess. So I'm going to be parking this right over there. So let's see if we got the switches lined up. Looks like they are. All right, switch directions. Throw the switch, Mr. Conductor. And it looks like we're all set. Track 4 it should be. Track 4 is up, is on. So we are ready to go back to stop for tonight's activities. So you saw this took 2 days to run this train, to set it up, to run 5 laps. And whoops. Well, we'll pause there. Well, we had a derailment there, so that's exactly why I put this UT5 over here so I could come over here and supervise these. So let's see if we can get these back in. Nope. See, we had another derailment right here. They're a little tight. They're like 18 degree radius on here, and the 3 axles have a hard time with it. Yeah, see, this one's off a little still. All right. Okay, come on, you guys. Let's do it. There we go. All right. Should be bringing it home now. Look at that. Crazy stuff. Come on, man. Come on, man. All right. So. All right. Now we'll go turn that track off and we'll maintain these and get them ready for the next run. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. That was a long one. I haven't done that, but I wanted to have you see it from start to finish. Kind of cool how it works, I think.